Welcome to the third video in our travel series. In this particular practice, we are going to anticipate the airplane seat and take on a few poses that will help counter a great deal of sitting. So whether you use this in anticipation of great travels, especially to a yoga retreat, or because you happen to have a job where you sit at a desk, or you just have some days that you've been doing a lot of sitting, this will be helpful. We're going to start with a baby fish. So, a supported chair, improvised baby fish asks us to sit back in the chair. And we can use our elbows or we can use the upper arms depending on the chair. In an airplane seat, I would park my elbows against the back of my chair. And as I open up my arms any amount, I can turn the palms up, and those two movements begin to expand the front of the chest in a very subtle way. I can use any of this, making sure not to uh, inconvenience the person in the seat next to me, but open the chest. So here I want to lift the sternum, lift the heart, allow the head to follow the spine, the extension of the neck, the strengthening of the upper back, the back of the shoulders. All of those relationships will help to counter this kind of position. So whether you come and go, whether you hold this for 30 seconds, take a break, come back to it as needed, or try it every hour, all good. We're going to follow this with two twists. So in this first twist, we're just going to imagine that there's this small airplane armrest just right here. And I'm going to improvise by using the back of the chair. When I turn to the side so that the support I'm going to use is right beside me, at first I want to get long. So whether you do that consciously or raise the arms to let the arms help the rib cage, up to you. So if I had my small airplane armrest, here's where I would be. One arm gets to push, the other gets to pull. If you have a chance to slide slightly forward, you can take the back hand and press into the seat of your chair, and then consider how much of a twist you are able to comfortably take on. If you need to be careful, sensitive to a neck issue, keeping your head square with your shoulders is my recommendation. Otherwise, explore turning your head to look as far back behind as possible, turning your head opposite the direction that your lower body spine is twisting, and then make sure to do the other side. So let's do that together. I'm going to simply move the chair so that we can stay together. So I want to get long, and I want to hold on to that small arm rest. Because I have this higher chair seat, this helps to lift the rib cage. If I get to move slightly forward, I know in the airplane there's not that much room. The back hand can come to push down into the seat of the chair. It helps to take the load off the lumbar spine. It might support affecting the lower abdominals, the lift of the pelvic floor, all sorts of subtle ways that variety is in our favor when it comes to movement. Taking time to shift your gaze from back behind to across and in front, and then feel balanced because we did both sides. Here comes another twist. If instead I were to bring one knee up to center for anyone who is not able to comfortably cross the midline, or if you can bring that heel across, the idea is to align your legs to stack. Draw hold that top knee, bring it close to you, and then sit as tall as you can. In the airplane seat, the idea would be to hold on to that knee with the opposite hand and take the elbow and press into the back of the chair, giving yourself a little bit more leverage for an engaged, a strengthening twist. If you were to flex both feet, you'll add a little bit more of a shift in how you're calling on muscle fibers to lengthen and participate at the same time. Make sure to take the time to do both sides. But if by chance you are doing this not in an airplane seat, I'm going to encourage yet again a different aspect, adding variety. So as you bring the leg across, that top knee will indicate which way we're turning. If I'm holding my right leg, I'm turning to the right. You might find sliding forward away from the back of the chair and then hooking the back of the chair. You might find that you can catch the knee a little bit more and take on a deeper twist. Again, a strengthening twist, a little bit of isometric work. You can add a little bit of core engagement to it, picking up that bottom foot, extending and bending, and then some, so that there comes to be a shift in the holding pattern across the midsection of the body. Regardless, we want to elongate. So remembering to borrow from some of your previous practice, whether you stagger this getting up and down, whether you make it about pausing in certain places along the way, take time to open and counterbalance. Enjoy your practice. Namaste.